Well, howdy friends, Brian Fleshing of Mad River Outfitters in the Midwest Fly Fishing Schools, and wanted to touch base today on the new for 2019 Hatch Nomad and Tempest pliers. You might remember back to a pliers shootout video or a couple of them that we did a few months back where the manly pliers won. I just wanted to be fair and update, so let's see how the Hatch pliers do. It's 2019 and Hatch has reintroduced their Tempest and their Nomad pliers, which we did a shootout a few months back. Pliers are going to grab things. In fact, we did a couple of them. And although I said I loved the Hatch pliers, they're certainly some of the best made pliers out there, but I had a few problems with them in the fact that I couldn't cinch down knots. And this is something that I use my pliers a lot for when I'm on the water or when I'm traveling. It's a very important piece of gear for me. But I couldn't, the jaws didn't grab onto stuff and I couldn't tighten knots. So it seems, thank you Hatch, it seems that they listened to us. And we now have a new and improved pair of Nomad, and they've also reintroduced the Tempest pliers. So let's talk about the pliers just a little bit. They are made out of 6061-T6 bar stock aluminum, machined, which sounds very, very fancy. So they must be excellent. Also a Type 2 anodization, which means the finish on them is essentially bomb-proof. These are certainly some of the best made pliers you're ever going to put your hands on. And also new for 2019, they have a matte, or what they call a misted finish. And what this does is they claim that you're going to get a little bit better grip. They're not going to become slippery like some of your gloss finishes. That's a cool feature, certainly, and definitely an improvement. The Nomad pliers are 6.25 inches long. They're 2 inches wide and they weigh 3.9 ounces. They do come in 4 different colors. We've got blue, black, clear, and red. And they have also reintroduced their new Tempest pliers, which the Tempest pliers are much bigger. I believe they come in at 8 inches long and 3.25 inches wide, and they weigh 8 ounces. The Tempest are big pliers, so anybody, if you're fishing for toothy fish and you want to keep your hand further away, you're dealing with really large hooks, things like that, the Tempest pliers are certainly a good option. Another thing about the Hatch Nomad and Tempest pliers is they do not have a bottle opener. And you might remember from our previous videos that I'm not a huge fan. I don't need my pliers to have a bottle opener. It's not something that's necessary for me. The Hatch pliers do come with a gorgeous leather sheath and a lanyard. Of course, some of the pliers out there are selling those separately. The Hatch do come with them. You know, one of the big things with pliers is their cutting ability. And of course, I proved in our original videos that these are really, really excellent at cutting things. So just to make sure that we didn't take steps back on the cutters, here is 65-pound test Power Pro, which I use quite a bit on my spinning reels. And once again, I'm just going to do that again because that's just like butter, I got to tell you. And then here we go, 40-pound wire, which I also use for cuda and shark and such. And oh my goodness, that's beautiful. Truly like butter.
Like butter.
The cutters are excellent. I like the position on them. And so here's the real test for me in determining whether these would beat out my manly pliers is grabbing onto a knot, because that's, again, a big thing for me. I tie a lot of nail knots, or theoretically a snell, to attach my leaders to the tip of the fly line. So let me do that real quick. And as if I were attaching my butt section of my leader to the tip of my fly line. Okay, there we go. my nail knot, or theoretically my snell, is tied, and here is where I need to grab on to the butt section of that. Great. And now I'm going to pull my fancy nail knot tool there, grab onto that tag end, and tighten my knot. And there we go. Perfect. Excellent. Good job, Hatch. Even one side is serrated, so it's going to grab right onto there. I can come right in with my cutter. I can trim that close. And I pull like butter. Okay. Works perfectly. The jaws line up, they grab onto stuff. I really never understood. Maybe there was a reason why that the jaws didn't close and grab onto things like monofilament. But they've corrected that, and I gotta say, this is probably one of the finest pair of pliers I've ever seen. Now, of course, yes, they are expensive. And if you're not in the market for a very high-end pair of pliers, certainly I'm not suggesting that you buy them, of course. But if you are in the market for some of the best pliers, if not possibly the best pliers ever made, there you go. The big question: am I going to replace my Manly pliers? And I would say two things. If they gave them to me, you bet I would fish with them. But I run a fly shop, friends. I can't afford them. I think they're $300. People always ask, although they're down there. The link to the pliers are down there in the comments or description of the video. And so you can check them out on our website, but I think they're $3 or $325, and these might be $350. So they're expensive. But if you want the best of the best, check them out. The Hatch Nomad pliers. Congrats, Hatch. Congrats, Hatch. Great job. Fantastic pair of pliers. Are they worth the money? That's for you to decide. So as always, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you watching. Stay tuned. We've got a lot more coming at you. If you like this video, hit subscribe. It helps out a lot. And check out these videos. We think you might like them too.